Hi y'all, welcome to Donna's Farmhouse Kitchen. Well, today I'm going to be making you something I've made for you before, but I wanted to make it again. I wasn't necessarily so thrilled about the way the video came out the first time, and I have a different setup this time. This way you can see what's going into the pot a little bit better than the last one, and it's chicken Milano. Chicken Milano is one of my very favorite meals to make for anybody. It tastes like it just came out of a restaurant. It literally does, and it's that good. And I am making it a little bit differently than I usually make it. I usually make it with chicken breast. This time I'm not. Let me show you what I'm making it with. I'm making it with the tenderloins. So I have some Purdue tenderloins that I'm making it with, and this is a little over 1.5 pounds of tenderloins. Okay, so that's what we're going to use today. The first thing we need to do is get started with a yummy sauce. Now I love the sauce that goes with this, and you cannot have enough of it. So on low heat we're going to put in 2 tablespoons of butter. This is unsalted butter, which y'all should not be surprised because that's what I use most of the time. So we're gonna melt that down and add some garlic. Now, I'm just using minced garlic. If you wanna use fresh garlic, you can. While the butter is melting, I'm gonna tell you about one of the most important ingredients in this delicious sauce, and that would be the sun-dried tomatoes. Make sure you get them in the bag. And look at the bag at the bottom. Make sure they have some redness to them. You don't want the dark ones because they have been sitting around for too long. So you want them as fresh as possible, and want them more red looking than black. And they will get dark. I've had some that I've left in my pantry for too long and they didn't look so good. You do not want the ones in the jar. Please don't do that to yourself. These taste so much better. You just don't get the same flavor. There's certain recipes that the jar ones are great for. This is not one of them. You want the ones in the bag, just like this. So make sure you get these, okay? This company is called Bella Sunlucy. And so yeah, make sure you get them because they are the best. Now I'm gonna add 4 cloves of garlic. But this is my minced garlic, so you're looking at probably about 2 tablespoons. Get that garlic all in that butter. So we're going to use the whole bag of the sun-dried tomatoes. Believe me, you want to. It makes it so good. So this is what they look like. And then we're going to put in 1.5 cups of chicken broth. And that chicken broth is going to plump up those sun-dried tomatoes. I'm going to increase my heat to medium. We're going to bring this to a boil, and then we're going to turn it down to simmer and let these sun-dried tomatoes get all nice and plump. Now we're going to pour in 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. We're just going to stir this in real good and bring it to a boil. You're going to love this sauce. While the sauce is simmering, I'm going to go ahead and put 2 tablespoons of olive oil in a pan. We're going to let this heat up, and then we're going to add the chicken. Now the chicken, I have salt and peppered on both sides. While my oil is still heating up, I'm going to go ahead and prepare my fettuccine pasta. Now you can use like bow tie if you want to. That's also good, but I really enjoy the fettuccine in this dish. You're going to cook it just the package directions. And make sure that you keep stirring your sauce in between while it's simmering. Keep stirring that sauce. I'm trying to squeeze all of these in here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn them over. Basically what you want is chicken that's no longer pink. Now you can do this dish with shrimp and you will love it made with shrimp. I am a shrimp fanatic, as some of you may know, and so I love it with shrimp as well, but the chicken is wonderful. By the way, I'm only making half of this fettuccine. You only need 8 ounces. I'm turning it again, making sure that there's no pink left. It's looking really good, so we're going to go ahead and take it out of the pan. Looking real nice. And then I'm going to tint it. My sauce is almost ready. So we are going to, now if you're in a regular frying pan, you may be able to deglaze. This one, not so much. I mean, because there's nothing really left on the bottom because of the type of frying pan that it is. I've put in a half a cup of chicken broth. So that's what you would use if you want to deglaze it all. There's still some flavor left in there from the chicken. Now I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped basil. Look at this wonderful sauce. It's so good. It really is. Oh my goodness. I've been sampling and it tastes wonderful as usual. It always does. You can see where the color has changed and gotten maybe a little bit more orange because of all those wonderful sun-dried tomatoes. Now I'm going to add the basil with that wonderful chicken broth. That fresh basil really completes this. It probably took me about 20 minutes to do the sauce itself. So that's why it's good to go ahead and get the chicken done while you can. And then the pasta, I'm going to add a little bit more salt. And a little bit more pepper. Just a little pinch. I'm just waiting on the pasta to finish up. So just let it simmer while you're waiting on the pasta. Since I've let my chicken rest a little bit, and while I'm waiting on the pasta, I am going to go ahead and cut my chicken up. About 1-inch pieces. The chicken is nice and tender. And it's going to be phenomenal in that sauce. The chicken is ready. I'm going to go ahead and add the chicken to the sauce carefully. You don't want that hot sauce splattering back up on you. Get that chicken all nice and coated with that sauce. Look at that. Almost time to add the pasta. Your family's gonna love this. This is a wonderful meal to make for your mother-in-law, your future mother-in-law, a boyfriend's parents, girlfriend's parents, whatever may apply. Anybody can make this. Can't wait. He's been asking me when is the dinner ready because he knows what's coming. Look how wonderful that looks. I'm telling you, those sun-dried tomatoes, they make this. They really do. So I hope you will enjoy this with your family and your friends. Have some neighbors over. Make them a wonderful meal like this. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for sharing this wonderful video. And y'all have a great night.